I'm not about to make some friends with this video. Look, before anyone gets angry with me or something along those lines, let me at least clear the air on a few things. I don't hate this episode. Sure, I found it boring and nothing but a massive 90s sports movie that was condensed into a 22-minute long episode, but I will not say I hate it. That's not the message I'm trying to convey here. What I am going to be explaining, however, is why I feel as though the ending of Buckball season fails. Cause when I really think about it, this episode did make a few mistakes that honestly soured the moral and its ending. So please keep all of this in mind. This shouldn't be considered a review of the episode, since I don't have much to say on it as a whole. This is just me explaining why I feel the ending failed. So let's begin by talking about the general theme of the episode. The episode begins with Applejack training herself to play against Appaloosa in a game called Buckball, which is a weird hybrid of basketball and volleyball. Rainbow Dash decides to help AJ and now begins to search for one more member and some training buddies. Cue, Fluttershy, and Pinkie Pie, who decide to help RD and AJ practice. But then it's discovered that Pinkie and Flutters are rather talented in Buckball. The practice ends when all of a sudden Snails comes in and shows his talent in the sport as well. Now AJ and RD have a team that can compete with Appaloosa. This is what leads to my first problem with the ending. The team of Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and Snails is too good. Think about it for a second. You have Pinkie, which, okay, she's been known to have a talent in a field like this, as shown in other episodes. But where's the argument for Fluttershy and Snails? Fluttershy has never, I repeat, never been known to be good in any sort of sport. I know some will make an argument to equestrian games, but here's my counter. That's a flying competition. Yes, Fluttershy has been shown to be a good flyer when it's needed, but being a good flyer is not the same as being a good goalie. It's the same as saying someone who's good at running is also good at football. Okay, bad example, but you get my point. Now, another argument could be made in Fluttershy's defense. The idea that maybe she just has raw talent in the sport. Now, this I can see, since there are plenty of people in our lives that have raw/natural talent in something. But if I could play devil's advocate for a second, raw talent in nearly every situation will never be able to trump refined skill. The reason I bring this up is because of what's said at the beginning of the episode.
Because Cousin Brayburn and the rest of the Apple family in Appaloosa seem to think that their team can beat Ponyville at Buckball.
Now I know it's not explicitly said that the Appaloosa team has been practicing, but you kinda have to assume it to be true. You don't boast about your skills and not do your best to improve it. Well, unless you're like most online gamers these days. Now, I know this is a serious what if, but it's still one you could take into consideration. Now let's talk about Snails and his role in the team. His goal is to use his magic to levitate the basket and catch the ball. Now this sounds simple enough, and I wouldn't have an issue with this. Except once again, he's too good. Throughout the entire episode, we see Snails being able to catch every ball with no problem, levitating up to 5 barrels along with himself, and also not being affected by any of the pressure of winning/losing. Yeah, Snails is able to do all this. The pony that has been seen as a joke and completely incompetent has become the pony equivalent of a Buddhist monk.
Detected. Take precautions.
Sorry, but no way. This is literally changing a punching bag into a Gary stew, and I wouldn't normally be against this since we've seen face turns from characters in the past. The difference is that we still see parts of their other sides in them. But this? This is like taking a bum off the streets and turning him into Andrew Garfield and expecting said bum to mimic said person in the span of 2 minutes. You just can't do that without some kind of context or understandable progression. Okay, granted, Snails does give us the moral and a look into his inner workings.
You could do what I do and not think about it. Seriously, I don't think about anything. Ever.
Okay, getting away from that, let's now move to the actual moral and ending of the episode. The moral is pretty much the it doesn't matter if we win or lose as long as we're having fun moral we've seen done in so many different forms of media. And the way the episode approaches this moral is by having Flutters and Pinkie pressure with the prospect of winning. to the point they begin to make mistakes and even don't want to compete anymore. This I have no problem with, and it is a good moral for anyone who's into competitions. However, my problem stems from the actual ending. So at the end, Team Ponyville takes on Team Appaloosa and the score becomes tied. Flutters and Pinky begins to worry if they'll win, but then they just remember to not think about it, so they end up winning the game and Brayburn tells them that they need to think of a better strategy for a rematch. Then we get this.
Oh, I wouldn't get too serious. Yeah, every pony knows the secret to good buckball is just having fun.
Where do I even begin with this? Okay, the moral was fine on its own, since like I said, it's one that most can relate to and understand. Fluttershy, Pinky, and Snails beating the Appaloosa team through raw talent. While far-fetched, it's not unbelievable, since it can happen from time to time. However, saying that the secret to being good at a sport is not through practice, but through having fun? That, my friends, is complete horse. Having fun is an important part in competition and sports. That's true. But having fun is only one factor when it comes to being good at it. Practice and strategy is also important factors in a sport, and the way this episode ends makes it out like that kind of stuff is completely irrelevant! This is why I feel the ending fails on so many levels. Not only because the entire episode is one big 90s sports movie, not only because the Ponyville team's skill was godlike, not only because they won, but mainly because of the ending message. Screw this ending! Okay, rant over. So with that said, what do you think about my thoughts about the ending? Disagree with me, have a different opinion or otherwise? Go ahead and leave your comments down below and we'll discuss it in the comments section. So until next time, I'm Keeneye47, aka Wolfkeen. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time guys, take care! Crap, I f***ed it up! First f*** up, and it's basically just me taking a deep breath. God dang it. I'm not about to make some friends with this video. Look, before anyone gets angry with me or something along those lines, let me at least clear the... Take my advice, guys. Don't chew gum while reading off a script. It will mess you up so many times. What I am gonna be I don't like the way I said that. What I am gonna be... I can't say it. Okay, try again. Now I sound like I'm just reading from a script. Good job. Yeah, Snails is able to do all this. The pony that has been seen as a joke... Oh my god, did I screw that up? Sorry, but no way. This is literally changing a punching bag into a Gary stew. And I know...